Yep. Hey, this is Julian from Yamaha, and I'm here with Gear for Music at Winter NAMM 2014 in Anaheim, California. And our big new launch for the show is the new L Series acoustic guitars. So L Series has been our flagship acoustic guitar range for the last 40 years. We actually launched the first ever L Series in 1974. And the last time we redesigned these guitars was 2004. This is a total redesign of the L Series, really based on how acoustic players have changed in the last 10 years. So on the surface, the only thing that it looks like has changed on this guitar is that we've changed the scratch plate from black to tortoiseshell. But underneath the hood of this, everything's changed. We've done a massive amount of work on this guitar, using a combination of our kind of knowledge as guitarists and guitar builders, and also a lot of engineering kind of technology and feedback from sound engineers to really make this work. And what we've done actually is we found that the way people are playing acoustics now has evolved a lot over the last 10 years. There's been a massive rise in kind of very traditionally kind of derived music. So not necessarily people, for example, playing hardcore folk music, but things having kind of hints of that traditional music, but looking for it in a new way and fitting into more of a modern setting. So what you've actually got then basically is people playing acoustic, but playing that as part of a full band. And you want the traditional sound, so that means kind of lots of warmth and body and low end, but it needs to work in that real kind of setting and that real system. So what we've got here is we've got the new L Series designs. Basically, they feature the kind of traditional Yamaha sound, which is actually pretty bright, very even and very clear. But what we've done to respond to that change in how people want their guitars to sound is bring out a lot more of the low end and make this a lot louder, a lot bigger, a lot warmer sounding. But the critical thing that we've done is we've done that in a way that means it still works really, really well in a mix. So when we talk to a lot of players that are playing this kind of traditional style of stuff, the one thing that everybody said they wanted was a warm sounding guitar. So there's no denying that the new L Series is a lot warmer sounding than the old guitars. But actually what we've done is we've been pretty careful, because if you have too much bass, if it's too boomy and woofy, it's just a pain to use on stage. It's a pain to use in that band setting. And when we talk to sound engineers and say, well, what do you do with an acoustic when you get it on stage? Actually, the first thing most of them do is take all the low end out to stop it feeding back, stop it rumbling, stop it interfering with the bass. So what we've been really careful to do here is make that warm, but make a sound that is far, far easier to fit into a mix. So actually what we've done to do that is we've completely redesigned the bracing pattern. We've got a new, still a 90-degree non-scallop bracing, so it's kind of tight, it's nice and controlled, but lower braces, smaller braces to let the wood breathe a little bit more, to let a little bit more vibration out to get the guitar sounding really lively. We've also changed the construction of the bracing, so on the old guitars, we analysed it and realised that the main resonant area of the guitar was down here at the bottom. But with that kind of warmer sound that people associate with acoustics, generally those guitars have the main resonant area right under the bridge, right in the centre. So we've re-engineered the bracing again to draw the main resonant area into the guitar. And what that actually means when you're playing it is you play a chord and it feels like the sound's coming from the middle of the guitar. The whole thing's vibrating, it really feels like it's moving. But again, with that controlled tone, so it's not going to feed back, it's not going to get in the way of the rest of the instruments in your mix. We've also now, for the first time, got our ARE pre-aged wood tops on kind of a mid-level, mid-price acoustic. So previously they were only on the Japanese guitars, which were like $2,000 and up, but now you've got it on a much more affordable guitar. And what that is that's our own patented process that actually ages the wood in exactly the same way as time does. So we crystallise the cellulose fibres and break down a couple of things in the wood that stop it vibrating freely. It does exactly what basically an old guitar does. So you've got a brand new guitar that sounds like an old guitar. So you've got a whole bunch of stuff going on with the tone of the guitar. We've got a completely new neck profile on here. One of the big things that's changed is on a traditional acoustic, the taper gets a lot wider as you get towards the body. And again, this kind of, the way people are playing now, there's a lot of chord playing happening further up the neck. Maybe a capo in, or you're playing some open chords up here. What we've done now with this guitar is we've made the taper much straighter. So even if you're playing up around the 7th fret or the 9th fret, it still feels nice and smooth, really easy to fret, really easy to build chords in there. We've got a new kind of slim V hand-rolled fingerboard edges, so it feels nice and played in. We've got the 5-ply rosewood neck construction, choice of laminated or solid back and sides wood, choice of mahogany or rosewood. We've added a mahogany option to the L series for the first time. They're going to be coming in a couple of months. The rosewood's going to be available really soon, probably from February. The mahogany a little bit later, but again, just giving you that option if you want that slightly warmer, slightly more traditional kind of tone. We've got 3 different body styles. This is the LS, which is kind of our smaller concert style. Absolutely fantastic for that. Fitting into a band kind of style. It's a little bit more mid-range focused, it's a little bit sharper sounding than the Dreadnought LL, but if you want to fit it into a mix, it sounds absolutely incredible. So you've got the LS, this one, we've got the LL Dreadnought, and we've got the LJ Mini Jumbo. Again, depending on whether you're looking for something just to accompany a vocal, or sit in a band, or to do a little bit of everything, we've got body styles that are going to suit whatever you want. Selection of new kind of vintage style finishes, natural, new vintage sunburst, dark tint, black, all the body options. And the final killer thing about this, they all come as standard with our new zero impact passive pickup system. So it's an amazing sounding acoustic. You mic it up, it sounds fantastic. But built into this as standard is our new passive pickup. So you've got just the end pin jack there and an undersaddle pickup. No batteries, no electronics, no cutaways, nothing getting in the way of the sound, nothing getting in the way of the tone, but a really usable pickup output if you do need to just plug in and get that tone and get that instant kind of electroacoustic sound. So this is our big new thing. It's the new L series from Yamaha. Really aiming to be that perfect kind of new traditional guitar. The strapline that we've got here at the show, and it really does sum it up really well, is that the new L series is the new tradition. It's your tradition. It's not an old tradition. It's something new. Thanks a lot, guys, and thanks for joining us at the NAMM show.